Manchester United won, Arsenal won, and what can I say? I do think that this was another game that we kind of wasted in terms of we could have come away with the win. Similarly, against Real Sociedad, we could have come away with the win that game as well. So this game, I think we did have enough chances to win the game, but unfortunately, both sides do come away with just a point. In terms of the starting 11, though, let's speak a little bit quickly about that. So the only changes from my starting 11 was that Eriksen started ahead of Chido Obi Martin, but apart from that, it was just the same. So Onana net, of course, De Ligt, Lindelof, Euro making up the back three, Mazraoui, Casemiro, Bruno, and Dalot as the four in midfield, Xerxes, Eriksen and Garnacho in the inside 10 positions, then Xerxes up front. So like I said, the only change that I would have made was that I would have started Chido Obi Martin ahead of Eriksen. Then in them inside 10 positions, I would have played Xerxes and Garnacho. But yeah, in terms of both sides, I think both sides started okay. You could see early on in the early exchanges that Arsenal were going to be dominating possession. Manchester United keeping both wing backs in reserved positions to start the match with Arsenal in possession, and they held a 5-4-1 formation, knowing that they're going to be chasing the ball for most of the game rather than Ruben Amorim's traditional 3-4-2-1 formation. So Man United, they definitely knew that they were going to be chasing the game for large stretches of the match to deny their opponents space before hitting them on the counter. Arsenal do get the first opportunity in the 10th minute. Moreno drags it just wide. Odegaard runs through midfield, slipping past both Eriksen and Casemiro before playing a 1-2 pass with Rice on the edge of the box on the penalty area. Euro standing challenge takes the ball off the foot of the Arsenal captain, but Moreno is quick to follow up, driving a left-footed shot inches wide off the near post. So Odegaard does have another chance in the 20th minute. He has a shot from about 25 yards out, but it's easily smothered by Onana. And then Gabriel fires a pass into the feet of Trossard. This is in the 32nd minute, whose lovely first touch gives the Belgium international just enough space ahead of Lindelof to guide a left-footed shot towards goal with the inside of his foot, but he fails to hit the target from just over 20 yards out. Now Man United fortunately do grab the lead in injury time at the end of the first half. Trossard actually picks up a yellow card for a challenge for dragging Garnacho down from behind clumsily during a Man United counter-attack, giving the host a free kick in a central position from about 25 yards out. Fernandes steps up, a free kick of the highest quality breaks the deadlock in added time, with Fernandes stepping up alone to dispatch the set piece, sending his whipped effort over and up and over the wall before curling beyond the reach of a diving Raya. So in terms of the wall, a lot has been made of the Arsenal wall about how it wasn't 10 yards. It was probably about 11.2 yards from what I can see from Sky Sports or whatever. But you know, I still think that if the wall was at the correct distance, I still think that Fernandes would have put the strike away to make it 1-0 at the end of the first half. So in terms of halftime summary, a clinical Man United score against the run of play with the first shot on target in the contest, breaking the deadlock in stoppage time to take a 1-0 halftime lead against Arsenal in the interval. So in terms of overall, like at the end of the first half, I do think that United were a little bit lucky, you know, to be going into halftime 1-0. But, it's been the case in recent times in the Premier League for the Gunners, who struggled to unpick the lock despite their share of the ball, testing Onana on just 2 occasions, providing the goalkeeper with a pair of routine saves. So clearly the intention for Ruben Amorim's side was to hit on the counter-attack, and Man United did well to absorb the pressure, but were often sitting too deep to get up the pitch quickly enough to test an unsettled Arsenal defence, until of course Garnacho's late run forced Trossard into a challenge, which gave Fernandes the opportunity to beat David Raya from a free kick with their second shot of any kind. So, Arsenal had a total XG of 0.61, failing to create any goal-scoring opportunities of note, while Man United had a XG of just 0.11 at the end of the first half. So, in terms of overall, I'm going to have to be honest, it was a poor first half from United. They didn't create enough going forward, and it's kind of like the same old story. In the final third, Man United looked out of ideas. It was basically hoofball to Xerxes and Garnacho, and it really wasn't good enough, apart from the free kick, of course. And that can be seen from the stats as well. I'll pull them up for you right now. That's the starting lineup that Ruben Amorim did go for. But they're the stats. You can see there. 2 shots for United, 1 on target. Of course, that was the free kick. But you have a look at Arsenal as well. 6 shots, only 2 on target. And, I do think I expected more from Arsenal, especially how United are such a poor side this season. Arsenal are second for a reason, and we've taken we drew to Liverpool at Anfield, and then we also drew to Arsenal at home as well, and we're like 14th, 15th in the league, and Liverpool are first and Arsenal are second. I'm expecting more from them in terms of try to open up United. to try basically, open us up and get more goal scoring opportunities. You can have a look at the pass accuracy as well. Arsenal with the 89% pass accuracy, United with the 77% as well. So it really wasn't good enough by United going forward. You can see with the pass accuracy, we weren't good enough in the final third, and our only opportunity was the free kick, which we did put away. And in terms of the second half though, speak a little bit about the second half. Man United do make a substitution. Euro does go off for Heaven. I think Euro did pick up a knock. Hopefully he's not out for too long, and hopefully he's not out at all actually, because we have got a lot of defensive injuries and just a lot of injuries overall. But also do get the first opportunity in the second half, 51st minute. Rice and Trossard work a short corner routine to the edge of the penalty area for Odegaard, who lashes a powerful first time effort, left-footed shot towards goal, but Onana gets just enough to push it over the bar. I think that was going over the bar anyway, but it was a decent save by Onana nonetheless. And Man United do actually have the opportunity to make it 2-0 in the 54th minute. This is Xerxes who holds up play in midfield before hitting a pass into Arsenal's half for Dalot to run onto. He charges down the wing before playing an early cross to the far side of the penalty area for Mazraoui. The wing-back hits a side-footed volley towards goal from an acute angle with Raya seemingly flat-footed, but the goalkeeper sticks out his leg to make the stop. And it was a really, really good save by David Raya. It can't be underestimated how much of a good save it was. However, I have to say that Mazraoui has to score there. I mean, you have to score there. You have to make it 2-0. And then if Mazraoui makes it 2-0, then literally it's a whole different game at that point, because Arsenal are going to have to come out in terms of leave more gaps in behind to try to get back into the game, and then possibly Man United can get a third. But unfortunately, it wasn't to be. David Raya in the 60th minute makes another good save. Garnacho takes on Lewis Skelly before centering the ball with a low cross that takes an uncertain touch off Partey. The deflection takes it into the path of Xerxes, who manages to redirect the ball with a back heel towards goal. But Raya sits on top of the ball to make the stop. So, we had two good chances there. One with Mazraoui in the 54th minute, another one by Xerxes. And the Xerxes chance is a little bit difficult. His back heel is straight at David Raya. But Mazraoui, I think Mazraoui has to score there. I mean, you have to score, you have to make it 2-0, and then it's a different ball game. But unfortunately for United, also do grab the equaliser in the 74th minute. Timber receives the ball after overlapping Odegaard and dribbles into the penalty area with close control, weaving past both Mazraoui and Fernandes before laying it to the edge of the 18-yard box for Rice. Without a second thought, the England international belts a first-time effort that sails through a crowd of bodies off the inside of the post and past Onana. And it's a really good strike by Declan Rice. Can't be underestimated how much of a good strike it was. However, I do believe that Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes are a little bit too deep in the penalty area. They need to be a little bit out, in terms of they need to be closer to Declan Rice so they can make a block. But unfortunately, I think Casemiro was closest to him, but he didn't manage to make a block, and that's 1-1 Arsenal. And Man United do make some substitutions. Eriksen and Xerxes do go off for Collier and Højlund. And then finally, in the 3rd minute of injury time, at the end of the second half, Man United do have a chance. This is cleared off the goal line by Arsenal. Arsenal fail to settle the bouncing ball in midfield, allowing Garnacho to win it back before driving towards the corner flag. The Argentina international picks his head up and spots Mazraoui, who swivels into the penalty area to keep the move going and pulls a pass back to the penalty spot for Fernandes. But the first time effort is deflected away by Raya. Still alive in the 6-yard box, the ball bounces back threateningly towards the goal line and would have gone over if not for the still alert goalkeeper who leaps back to claw it away. So that was it in terms of chances in the first half. I think Man United did just edge it on the XG, it has to be said, but I think probably a draw is a fair result for both sides. So in terms of ratings as well, let's have a quick look at the ratings before we head off. So Onana's got a 7.8 here. I think his distribution was a little bit weak. He did make 5 saves, and Raya's got a 7.7 there as well. He made a couple good saves as well. Accurate passes, you can see here, 12 out of 37. Accurate long balls, 4 out of 29. Nowhere near good enough in my opinion. That needs to be a lot better. But yeah, that's Onana. And then that's the substitute Heaven. Onana. De Ligt, I think De Ligt had a decent game. He had this chance with a header which was saved in the 78th minute. That could have gone in as well. But Jules, he's won 5 out of 7, which is really good. I've been pretty impressed by Matthias de Ligt in recent games. I think he's been a decent signing for us so far. 76% pass accuracy. That could be a little bit better. Usually the centre backs do have 80 to 90% pass accuracy. But yeah, Lindelof, he's 90% pass accuracy, 19 out of 21. I don't remember him making too many kind of blunders defensively. He was okay. 3 out of 4 Jules 1, which is okay as well. Lenny Yoro, he only lasted 45 minutes. He was brought off with an injury, you can see there. Hopefully he's not out, and hopefully it's just precautionary because we do have a lot of injuries right now. 91% pass accuracy in terms of his duels. He did win the majority of his duels as well. 5 out of 6 won. So that's pretty decent. Nosser Mazraoui, what can be said about him? He did have this chance in the 54th minute. I think he should be scoring that, man. He needs to be scoring that chance. But it's a really good save by David Raya. Even though David Raya makes a save, it could have still trickled in. But unfortunately, it didn't. 81% pass accuracy as well. 4 out of 7 duels won. Maybe he needs to be doing a little bit better with his ground duels. And yeah, like I said, he should have scored that goal. He should have put that chance away in the 54th minute. Bruno Fernandes, he did score from that free kick, which was really good free kick. Wasn't necessarily right in the corner, but you know, still a decent free kick. And he comes away with only one chance created. I think he needs to be doing a little bit better there. Usually he does have got a couple more chances created as well. 3 shots. 3 out of 3 shots, 1 big chance missed as well, which is unfortunate. And then Jules, he's won 3 out of 9. I think he needs to be doing a little bit better with the ground Jules. But yeah, Casemiro, he had the most tackles in the match with 4, and he won the most duels of the match as well with 12 as well, which is decent. 15 out of 18 accurate passes, 83% pass accuracy. I think Casemiro's done really well here in ahead of Ugarte as well, who's currently injured. Hopefully not for too long, like I said before. We do have a lot of injuries. Tackles, he's won 4 out of 9 tackles. And then duels, he's won 12 out of 16 duels, which is really good in my opinion. He's played his part of this game as well, shutting down the Arsenal defence and not getting too many opportunities as well. Dalot, he's won 4 out of 6 duels here, and then pass accuracy 76%. I think he needs to be doing a little bit better going forward. You know, I keep saying this every match about Diego Dalot. I think going forward, he needs to be doing a lot better, because on the wing you're gonna get a lot of you're gonna get a lot of time and space on the ball playing wing back. And I think in this 3 at the back system, the wing backs are probably the most important position, because they do get a lot of time and space on the ball out there on the wing. So he needs to be doing a lot better there in my opinion. Garnacho was the most foul player of the match. But he only had 2 shots there, only 1 chance created, 89% accurate passes. I am expecting a little bit more from him. Duels 1, he did win 7 out of 10 of his duels, which is alright, but I think going forward I'm expecting a little bit more from him. Ericsson, I was disappointed with. I don't think he did too much in my opinion. Only 18 out of 25 accurate passes, 72% there. Duels, he's won only 1 out of 4. Personally, I would have started Xerxes and Garnacho in them inside 10 positions, and then had Obi Martin or Højlund starting up front. But yeah, Xerxes, he did play a part in the goal, or that chance actually that he played a part in that chance that Mazraoui got. Held the ball up in midfield really well, and then he did have this left-footed strike, which was a save in the 59th minute. Maybe he needs to be doing a little bit better there, but it was a difficult chance, a backheeled that he backheeled it towards goal basically. But yeah, 8 out of 10 accurate passes. Jules, he's only won 1 out of 7, which isn't great. He needs to be doing a little bit better there. So that's the starting 11. In terms of the substitutes, Heaven here, he came on for Euro, 4 out of 8 accurate passes. Jules, he's won 3 out of 5, which is okay. Only 18 years of age. Collier, 2 out of 2 ground duels won, which is alright. 100% pass accuracy as well. And then Rasmus Højlund, he did have this 1 shot in the 87th minute, which was blocked. Accurate passes 4 out of 4 as well. And then Jules, he's won 1 out of 6. Again, he's been on the pitch for about 14 minutes, and he's got involved in 6 duels, and he's not done great in all of them. Only 1 out of 6 won, which isn't great in my opinion. But David Raya, I think, had a good game. How many saves did he make? He made 5 saves. I think Onana also made 5 saves as well. But you know, I think David Raya had a decent game, and then I think Declan Rice as well had a decent game as well. And I think I might have said that Declan Rice is a star man for Arsenal. He did get the goal for them, get the equaliser, and I think Declan Rice did have a good game as well. So overall, I think if you have a look at the XG, Man United do just edge the XG with 1.65 compared to Arsenal's 1.61. But Arsenal did have more shots, 70 compared to United's 10 on target. Both sides had six shots on target. And Arsenal did create 3 big chances compared to United's 2. Arsenal big chances missed 3, and United big chances missed 2 as well. So, overall, probably a fair result, I would say, but it's still disappointing with where we are as a side. That Arsenal have come to Old Trafford, they dominated the ball with 68% possession, and I think, probably a draw is a fair result for both sides. But yeah, just a little bit disappointing not to be coming away with the win, especially how Mazraoui had this chance, this one in the 54th minute, which in my opinion, he needs to be putting that away. And then if he does, it's 2-0 and it's a completely different game at that point. But yeah, I don't think Man United have lost a game whereby they've been leading at half-time in the Premier League. I'm not sure about that. I think they haven't. But yeah, let's just have a quick look at the league table. Where does that leave United? We are up to the dizzy heights of 13th after that point against Arsenal. This isn't updated, I think. This isn't updated. Let me just pull up an updated Premier League table. See where United are at. We would have been in 13th, but we are in 14th here. Let's pull up the table here. We are in 14th after that draw against Arsenal. So we do have Leicester City next in the league, and I'm expected to be picking up all 3 points against Leicester because they are pretty much relegation doomed right now. But before Leicester, we do play against Real Sociedad in the Europa League in the second leg. Of course, that ended 1-1. The first leg ended 1-1, and now we have a chance. Hopefully we get past Real Sociedad because it's our only chance of Champions League football and winning any silverware. Anyway, if you enjoyed this review, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.